Hey friends, this is Dolynny TV. Glad to have you aboard this evening as we get fired up for the Edmonton Oilers' last off day of the NHL regular season. I guess technically maybe Friday counts or doesn't count. Whoever counts it ain't in my books because we're done playing games on Thursday. We should have the playoff schedule here pretty soon. Obviously, we're still waiting on Vegas and LA and all those guys to sort themselves out, and obviously there's still as well going into tonight at least the chance that the Edmonton Oilers could finish first in the Pacific Division. So a schedule, we wait in the wings. Playoff tickets did release today, so that's exciting for us Edmonton Oilers fans. Obviously you've been able to get access to what I call pre-sale tickets, I guess you could say, because you don't know what the schedule is. As somebody did comment on the Edmonton Oilers social media today, kind of tough for the out-of-town crowd to figure out their playoff plans when you don't have a full schedule to buy tickets for home games quite yet. Right now, the Vegas Golden Knights with 96 points and 80 games remaining. The LA Kings with 81 games played and 97 points. So, I mean, if LA wins, you're betting on Vegas going 500 the rest of the way and pretty much facing LA in the first round if we're second. There's still too many possibilities that the Oilers could situate themselves in right now. So not too much to concern ourselves with quite yet. Vegas plays tonight against Chicago, so we'll see how it all shakes out here towards the end of the season. That said, the Oilers, well, they're going to take a look at Philip Broberg here down the stretch. According to Bob Stauffer, not surprising if he plays both Arizona and Colorado. This is, of course, that call-up we heard about on the weekend following the Canucks game out at Main Street, celebrating Buddy's big-time life achievement here coming up. Basically, Broberg will be recalled from the Condors, is what we heard. He has been done that with the Oilers now, joining them in Arizona, and then will likely play as well against Colorado. The reasoning for this, one would believe, is get him some games at the NHL level prior to obviously being the number 8 defenseman for the Oilers come playoff time, and secondary as well. Reward him with some NHL pay and some NHL time, given the fact that he has 5 goals, 30 assists, 35 points in 48 games played, averaging upwards of 26 minutes a night some nights for the Bakersfield Condors. So a big-time success story down there on the farm this year has been the absolute explosion of Philip Broberg on the scene at the pro level at long last. Yes, it's still got to translate to the playoffs. Do we want to see it in the playoffs? No, because if you're down to your number 8 defenseman getting big minutes in the playoffs, I don't think the Oilers have too many days left in the playoffs at that point. So that's fine and dandy here. But for the Edmonton Oilers, as it currently stands, friends, recalling Philip Broberg from the AHL Bakersfield Condors. One last final point, touching on why he will likely play both games. This tweet here from Bob Stauffer that you have to make sure mention of is simply kind of a combination of a conversation he had with Craig McTavish yesterday on Mac Team Mondays over on 630 Ched's Oilers Now, talking about Mattias Ekholm, right? I think it's guaranteed that Broberg was going to play at least one game, but to have him on the roster for both is kind of maybe a head scratcher when we're trying to save bonus money. But the reasoning being you need a left defenseman to fill Mattias Ekholm's shoes in the Colorado game in case of retribution against Ekholm for the Rantanen hit. Now, obviously, is Colorado even going to care? I don't know. It's the modern NHL. But you don't want to risk your number 1, quote-unquote, left-hand defenseman, depending how you view him and Nurse, against the Avalanche in a game that for both teams literally means nothing, right? Colorado can take you down and kind of make you hurt to begin the playoffs. You don't want to risk that. You throw in Philip Broberg, see what happens, give him some NHL minutes against, no matter even if they throw the B squad out there for Colorado, against a good competitive club going into the NHL playoffs. So the Stanley Cup playoffs obviously start, April 20th. We're going to be celebrating that day for sure as the playoffs finally get here after long last. And now, obviously, too, the Oilers just have to figure out what day they start the playoffs on. Today is, of course, what day is it? It is that big old day. It's Tuesday the 16th, 17th, 18th, 19th. So Saturday is the start of the playoffs. Sunday, The Oilers probably play Monday from everything we've heard, at least from the LA Kings camp out there in the stratosphere of the internet. So we'll see what happens here, friends. But today, at least, one bit of news. The Oilers have recalled Philip Broberg from the AHL Condors to get some NHL time here midweek with the Edmonton Oilers. Friends, I'm Tyson. This is Dolynny TV. Thanks so much for being aboard. I am up on out of here.